The honeymoon period gives couples the feeling that they are living in a magical bubble where there are no worries. However, after the romance has worn off, couples must confront the fact that the fireworks will not last indefinitely. As a result, some of them split up in order to share these feelings with someone different, while others want to move back in time to the romantic age. But the fact is that remaining in the honeymoon process is more likely to hurt your relationship than to improve it. Brightside explored why we shouldn't get swept up in this process and how we can keep our partnerships fun long though the excitement has worn off. From passionate to caring love, there is a natural progression. Why is it risky for your relationship to want the honeymoon period to last forever? We feel romantic love when we first start dating. We desire the physical bond and prefer to idealize each other because the emotions are deep and powerful. But, over time, our affection develops into compassionate love, which requires a deeper degree of intimacy. Relationships change over time, and couples must accept this. However, if we don't learn to cope with the current truth, in which our relationships are founded on more than rushing hormones and feelings, our relationships can collapse because our perceptions vary from reality. Such misplaced thoughts of passion won't last forever. Why is it risky for your relationship to want the honeymoon period to last forever? Although it can be fun to experience heart fever, in which you continuously think of your wife and feel like the happiest person on the planet, these intense emotions may not last indefinitely. And, to be honest, always being on your toes and feeling like your life revolves around one person can be frustrating. However, just because the honeymoon is over doesn't mean you're done with each other. It might mean that you're feeling more at ease and secure in your relationship. You should keep the most enjoyable aspects of your relationship intact, such as flirting and fun date nights, while still loving your current relationship status, where you feel safe and satisfied. It's likely that you'll get lonely and associate that with falling out of love. Why is it risky for your relationship to want the honeymoon period to last forever? We have a propensity to take nice things for granted and crave variety. However, when the novelty wears off over time, we can complain that we're dissatisfied or incompatible with our partner. People also start to recall how exciting their honeymoon period was and continue to work hard on their relationships to feel that way again at this time. It's important to note that our emotions and desires change with time. The appeal of our partners wears off, and we have other people and perspectives in our lives. Although we must continue to add to our relationship in order to retain the flame, things are unlikely to be as surprising as they were at the outset. Instead, we get a sense of protection, affection, and dedication, which might be even more important. It's likely that you'll get weary of putting in so much work all of the time. Why is it risky for your relationship to want the honeymoon period to last forever? We always want to present our best sides to our partners during the honeymoon period and cover the characteristics that we deem flaws. Although there's nothing wrong with striving to be the strongest version of yourself, it can easily become overwhelming. Both couples should be able to be fully truthful with each other and establish a stronger relational connection. People feel more at home and share themselves more freely as the relationship progresses. They are no longer afraid of looking dumb, funny, or insecure, which just reinforces the relationship between the couples. Any red flags can go unnoticed. We become blind when we fall in love, and this is particularly true when we fall in love passionately. We have a propensity to idealize our partners and are so fearful of damaging their feelings that we can make sacrifices on matters that are genuinely important to us. We might be able to explain those forms of conduct that we may find intolerable under other circumstances. After the honeymoon period has ended, we are able to look at our partners with new eyes and judge their conduct. It might be the best moment to look at the relationship critically and consider whether it will endure without the surge of love hormones. It's likely that it'll lead to a codependent relationship. We also forget about the outside world as we fall in love. We live in our own little world, where the only thing that remains is romance. And, although spending much of the time with your partner for the first few months can be a fantastic and fun experience, locking out the rest of the world may trigger some issues. Outside of the relationship, it's necessary to have hobbies and acquaintances, but the honeymoon period doesn't allow for much independence. Partners devote all of their spare time together, often concealing their own wishes and sacrificing their own interests in order to make each other happy. Such actions may contribute to an abusive partnership with a girlfriend, which can lead to a codependent relationship. What has changed in your intimate relationship over time? What tips do you have for couples who want to make each other happy?